And when you build their collective intelligence, you're going to have a much more well-oiled machine, because I could tell you, building a business, there is not a very good tutorial on how to run a profitable real estate business.
So what's the number one secret, Jen, when it comes to building wealth with people?
Well, sometimes it's back to the basics. It's like you're the sum total of 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about that, like in money wise, dollar wise, like who do you talk to get wise counsel? Then add all those amounts. That's like you're the average of that. So first look at your circle, but also look at the information. Who are you calling with the what should I do next? Or what's the best thing? Should I do this? Are you asking somebody that doesn't sell a lot of homes? Or are you asking somebody that doesn't want to share? Or who are you going to for wise counsel? Because when you have that collective intelligence to tap into, and if you're willing to do what it takes to take action on it, you're committed, and you live by a principle, then anything you want can happen. And when something's not your fault, when something does go wrong and you take 100% ownership of it, it's freeing. But with the building wealth through people, like I cannot get there alone. So I need like my mentors, but I also need the people that follow me, right? Like that's building business. And when you build their collective intelligence, you're going to have a much more well-oiled machine, because I could tell you, building a business, there is not a very good tutorial on how to run a profitable real estate business. I was winning awards while being unprofitable. Now I have the right optics and metrics and consultants with me. I know what to look for and my numbers to look for to make sure I'm not profitable month over month. And now I can forecast. I didn't have those available to me 2 years ago like I do now, but it's through that collective intelligence I have it. Then you have to be able to provide multiple streams of income or teach your people how to do that for themselves, or you're going to be like, this is what keeps me up at night, is like people that like choose to align with me going to retire. And how are they going to be able to retire and have vacations and retire and like be able to like spend time with their grandkids? And I'll find a way, but it's more important for me to help them find the way. And I was meeting with an agent doing one-on-one coaching, and we have stock and revenue share. And it was funny. I was like talking about, what do you have saved? Because I always talk about personal goals, and he was really proud. Most he's ever saved $25,000, and stock account, like XP, like you can elect to take 5% of your paycheck or commissions and buy your stock at 10% off. Well, he had a big old bank account. He had like $75,000 in there, more money than he's ever saved. But it was that investing that we kind of forced him to. But now with revenue share, it's a whole different world. You bring people only that you want to help, and like you're financially rewarded for it, because there's only so many have a minute favors you can do for people. But when you're financially vested in them, it doesn't matter if it's their own team. It could be their own team in Colombia, their own team in California. They could be on your team and then want to grow a team. You're so vested in their success that it takes all the personal emotions around, away from you. And it's like, oh, you want to leave the team and start your own team. It's a very common theme. How can I help you? Right? It's a whole different.
What you were referring to, Jen's referring to, is EXP, and I'm a part of EXP as well on the brokerage side, and so multifamily is my specialty on that, especially for our deferred sales trust clients. But it's an amazing once you see the culture, the leadership, and when it's financially aligned with folks, right? Versus just, hey, I give you all my secrets, and then you go to another brokerage company and compete against me, or give you all my secrets, and then you go next in the cubicle next to me. That's what happened to me at Marcus and Millichap. Be like, hey, wait, this is weird. Marcus and Millichap's always getting paid, but I'm not always getting paid. So it's a weird thing. But when EXP broke this code and figured this thing out, it's changing the game. But before we go into all the EXP stuff, I want to make sure I gathered the stuff you said, because you shared a lot of wisdom there, right? So the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I love how you put the circle of influence. Who am I calling for wise counsel? And if you think about it, those major decisions that we're making and the wise counsel that's bringing in, those decisions are affecting our future, right? So who can you reach out to? Who can you trust? and that's what's shaping our future, right? Those decisions that we're making based upon the counsel and the wisdom that we have. So I love that. Second thing is you need to get with leaders in front of you and in back, right? You need to be able to folks that are leveling you up, and then you need to be leveling other people up, because it's the give and take. It's like water that flows is healthy. Water that stagnates becomes, not healthy. That's the best way to put it. And so they can help you build your business as you're helping to build theirs, and then people in front of you as well. So you're leveling up. Is that a fair summary so far on those points, Jen?
Yeah, and I think out of everybody that I can think of, Magic Johnson is probably one of the most inspiring concept for this. So I don't know if you know the story of why they call him Magic Johnson, Magic. Well, he was like in college and he was playing, he's naturally God-given talent. So he's just shooting. The coach is like, just shoot, shoot, shoot. Out of 52 points, it'd be 48, 50, 46. And then everyone's like clapping him on, but he's looking at the crowd and he sees all the families that go to see their kids play. And he's like, you're not seeing your kids play, you're just seeing me play. He took it upon himself to transfer his knowledge and skills into all of his players and his teammates. Because he's like, well, if like you guys are all winning, we will all win more. Plus, it's not always on me. And I get to learn more too. It's a win-win. But, that's why every coach wanted him, because literally he would be magic to every equation, because it wasn't just about him. It was about other people. And I have a quote on my board that I've lived my life by. You can have everything in life you want if you will just help other people get what they want. And it's true. The money will follow, like if you do the right actions. It's just sometimes you don't know you're doing the wrong actions.
So much wisdom there. I love that story of Magic Johnson. I played basketball in college, so I love Magic Johnson. Love basketball, and we're in the middle of NBA playoffs right now, and it's an amazing sport. Exciting. So very cool, very cool. And then